Most people just want a blender that turns fruit into a smoothie without turning the kitchen into a crime scene. That is exactly where this Black & Decker model lands. It is not trying to be a high-end, industrial-grade machine that costs as much as a car payment. Instead, it is a straightforward, no-nonsense tool that sits on the counter and just gets the job done. The first thing you notice is the glass jar. It feels substantial, which is a nice change of pace from the lightweight plastic that seems to scratch if you even look at it the wrong way. It holds 6 cups, so you are not stuck making individual servings if you have a few people over for drinks. Now, the motor is rated at 550 watts at its peak, which is plenty for your morning routine. It handles frozen berries and ice without that terrifying high-pitched whine that makes you think the motor is about to give up the ghost. You have 12 different speed settings to play with, plus a pulse button. Honestly, most people will probably stick to 2 or 3 of those speeds, but having the range is nice if you are trying to get a specific texture for a soup or a puree. The blade assembly is a 4-point stainless steel design, and it is removable. That is a huge win for anyone who has ever tried to scrub under a fixed blade with a sponge and ended up with a cut finger. Being able to pop that out and toss the parts into the dishwasher makes the cleanup process actually manageable. There is a little bit of a quirk, though. Because the base is relatively lightweight, you might find yourself wanting to keep a hand on the lid if you are blending something particularly thick or heavy. It is not going to walk off the counter, but it does have a bit of a personality when it hits those higher speeds. Also, while the cord storage is a thoughtful touch to keep things tidy, the cord itself is not exactly long, so you will want to make sure you are parked near an outlet. If you run into any trouble, the manual actually includes a troubleshooting chart that is surprisingly helpful. It is not just fluff. It actually gives you quick tips on how to fix consistency issues or setup hiccups, which is a refreshing change from the usual cryptic manuals that come with appliances these days. It is not the quietest machine on the market, and it is not going to crush through industrial-grade tasks, but for the price, it hits a sweet spot. It is reliable, it is easy to clean, and it does not take up half the kitchen. If you are looking for a solid, everyday blender that does not require a degree in engineering to operate, this is a pretty sensible pick. It is just a dependable piece of gear that does exactly what it says on the box.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.